Yo. It's your boy DJ Hunter Staxx on the mic all night, every night, doing it just like you like. Rocking it live on WAM 90.5, Tallahassee, the flavor station. This is Ben Frank's House of Vibes. Yeah. Hey, man, we just got done with another recap of Jay Vilpin's project, PO DYAB. PO DYAB.
He gonna
Hey, look, I apologize to all my Haitian brothers and sisters.
But
What they say, say?
But everybody gonna be your mentions, boy.
Hey, it's all right. That's okay. At least I'm trying to learn. You feel me?
Facts.
I don't want to be ignorant, but none of my Haitian brothers and sisters will help me out and tell me how to pronounce it.
None?
You feel me?
None?
Boy,
You
Jay.
ain't asked nothing? Not one.
Nah, ain't nobody said nothing to me yet. They just been letting me rock with the PO DYAB.
Come on, man.
Bro,
You gotta do better than that.
Jay gonna be all in your chest.
I feel like a Caucasian saying DYAB.
Don't it though? It just flow off like that.
But this
flex.
is the first segment of, you know, it's so new it don't even have a name yet. We might even come up with the name before the segment's over. What? Shine a spotlight in the underground.
Facts? Underground, underground.
Something like that.
Okay.
We'll figure something out. You
All
feel
right.
me? As we going through the process, but we are speaking on Jay Vilpin. He just released a project, 8 tracks long. It was a good listen. It gave me a lot of the Jay Vilpin that I was familiar with.
No doubt.
And also, you know, I also saw some growth. You feel
doubt.
me? And that's always good and great to see with up and coming artists.
Yep.
Now, before we dive truly into the project, what was y'all introduction to Jay Vilpin as an artist?
For me, I know it was when Staxx actually started playing it for me. I remember, I'm like, man, this song vibing, bro. I'm like, Staxx, who is this? I'm like, bruh, his name is Jay Vilpin, bro. You know, he an artist out of Miami, bro. You feel me? I'm like, man, this thing really sliding. And then, like I said, bro, I heard that song Automatic. And then I remember he had, what was that, Sean come through that one day, bro? I remember he had Sean come through that one day. He was just chilling in the studio, bro. And, I still remember this. He actually, cause I was actually shouting at Jay Vilpin on air, like while like even before Staxx was playing the song, and then I remember like after we got out of the radio show, I remember he literally FaceTimed Jay for me, and I literally got to sit on the phone with Jay Vilpin for like a minute or so, and I'd be like, hey man, shouts out to you, bro. I love your music, bro. Keep doing your thing. And I was like, hey man, is there any projects coming on the way that I need to look out for? He's like, yeah, you know, I got da 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 da. And I'm like, bet, bro. Keep doing your thing, bro. And he was like, bet. So I got a little time to talk to him on FaceTime, bro. He's a real nice dude, bro. And I love his music.
No doubt. Now that it's here, how do you feel about it?
Whoa! You rushing?
He's up on the gas,
man.
You ain't even told us how you was introduced to Jay Vilpin as an artist. Man, speak your piece.
My bad.
It's all good and gravy.
My bad. I'm ready. I'm eager. You know, my first introduction to Jay was actually at our show that I DJ'd. Lord, forgive me that I forgot the name of it.
Okay, Under Wraps.
Under Wraps. Thank you. I know Sean will kill me. But yeah, so I met Jay. That was my first time meeting Jay there, and just to hear his artistry, just to feel his vibes, man. Dude, a real good, humble dude. Very, very intellectual guy. Dude is very dope. Hands on with the trumpet though. So I'm just say that hands down. Dude is real dope. And I respect his artistry. Like from the first beginning, we showed love to each other. And it was, you know what I'm saying? From day one, it was already there. You know what I'm saying? The camaraderie, all that was there, man. I appreciate what he does to give the music industry what it needs to be given, especially, you know, in production and engineering. All sonically sound is very true. Even coming with the bars, man. Dude is so talented, man. I respect what he do.
For real. Now, my introduction to Jay Vilpin came via feature on a track that, matter of fact, it was the FAMU Cypher. That was the first time, and he was in a group. Sean was spitting on there as well. It was a pretty dope scenery, and I was being introduced to their music through, you know, the homie. You feel me? He gonna kill me for saying this government on the radio waves, but the homie K's, you feel me? and I seen Buddy get down, and I'm like, okay, these boys over here snapping, fam. You got a lot to offer.
All right.
And when I seen that led me into, you know, some more digging. And he, ever since I've got in contact with him, like I've even told him this, like he has been the best when it comes to fishing out the clean music. Like he be on it, and that's one thing that I respect about him. I see that work ethic, and it ties into his music. I'm always hearing energy on the track. His track is never lacking energy, even when it's on a little bit slowed down tip. But hey, like I said, great project that I listened to on PO DYAB. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on saying it. But I have a question for y'all. What were some tracks that were on there that stood out to y'all?
I know that that one song, "Addicted." I was really vibing. I was really vibing to that song right there. Oh man,
what about you, Des?
I could say for one, we getting right into it, right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
bread and butter.
All right, bet. So with the first two tracks, I felt like he could have went harder, which is with the Ish, Ego. Also, now I actually like Ego. Of course, he was spitting his stuff. He was, and the way that he does his artistry when he actually put his music together, he actually has a story to tell too as well. So you can actually hear what he's been going through. So I can hear exactly what he was going through in the first two tracks. Understanding, like I said, the first two, I felt like he could have went a little bit harder, maybe because of what he been through. You know what I'm saying? It was maybe questioned. You know what I'm saying, how he would put it down on wax, if that makes sense. But the one that really stood out to me the most was, of course, Addicted. And he snuck that trumpet in on me. I was like, all right. Yeah. We in there like swim well. So I got that one, and of course, Rock Her Boat, which was the one that he sampled off of Leah. I actually like that a lot. And I like the beginning of it. That he really, you know what I'm saying, kind of he made it to where you can, hear right off the bat, like, oh, he sampled something, but he also put his mix into it, his flavor into it, still gave it some justice with, you know what I'm saying, what he was doing with Rock Her Boat. So that was, one of the two that stood out to me, Addicted and Rock Her Boat.
Now, real quick, like you said, I really love Ego.
Yeah.
Like I said, I loved Ego, Addicted, but here's another one I love, bro. I loved In the Cut, bro. I really like how he was flowing on that one, bro. I'm surprised you ain't said, bro. I thought that was a track you'd have been messing with, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta figure out what he meant by that one bar. Like, what's the difference between a gangster and a thug? Like, that's what my girl asked me. She's like, what's the difference? So when I get a chance to chop it up with him, I'm gonna ask him about that.
Okay.
Addicted was one that stuck with me because, like you said, that trumpet, man, he came on it so smooth. He ain't waste no time when he let you know that I'm coming with that jazz.
Okay.
And I'm feeling that. And also, the track that I'm rocking with heavy is Fire. Fire.
Okay.
And the reason why, like, I'm a chill dude. Like, I'm very, relaxed, and I like music that puts me in a good vibe where I can just chill and just nod my head and vibe to the music. And Fire gave me that, on that production. Because like I said, Jay Vilpin, he's always coming with energy on the track, and that's dope. And that's what makes him, him. You feel me? But when he shows the flexibility, the what's the word I'm looking for? The multi,
you want to be
versatile. There we go. That's the word. The versatility to come with tracks like Addicted and tracks like Fire. It was very, very good to hear.
Facts.
Now, we went through some of our favorite tracks. What initially grabbed your attention? What were some things that just stuck out to you?
Ooh, storytelling first of all. I mean, compared to like when I first heard him on Automatic, I'm like, okay, he got this upbeat type of vibe, just something I could bump to in the whip or whatever.
Facts.
With this one, I could tell it was more so focused on storytelling, and still to this point, I'm still trying to find out who Jay Vilpin actually is. 'Cause, to me, he's still a new artist, and I'm pretty sure he's still a new artist to those that are listening to him right now. But like I said, like you said, the maturity and the growth that he showed on this record, on this album right here, the mixtape, whatever you want to call it, he really showed a lot to me on this project, and that's one thing I want to commend him on.
No doubt. As far as what stood out to me the most, his engineering. His ear is sonically sound. And especially, like I said, Rock Her Boat was one of the ones that I can really hear a lot from what he was doing melodically. That he would just not only, I wouldn't say having fun with it, but what he flipped, it served its purpose. So that was the one that really stood out to me the most. And I was wondering, like, why that one that he actually picked to flip. But it was dope. It was dope. I really like that one the most.
Yeah, for sure. He kind of stayed within the lines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give it a little 2019 vibe if they've been rocking that boat.
Yeah.
Things that stood out to me was the lyricism.
Okay.
And
he always got bars.
He's always had, I mean, it's in the name. Jay got
Facts.
bars. You feel me? So that's nothing new. But these bars, they were more visual for me on this project.
No doubt.
Like,
paint the picture.
I believe it was a line. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. I don't have the rap genius, but
by the beach. Welcome to my city. Every day you see a Bentley in the same vicinity as someone that can barely eat. I'm ignorant and addicted.
He was referring to, you know, the city of Miami.
No doubt.
In Miami, you can see, you know, one person riding around in a Bentley.
Yep.
In the same city where somebody's struggling to eat.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
I'm paraphrasing, but it's still a bar.
Still
It shows you on both sides of the spectrum of what he grew up and he grew up around. And I feel like on this project, if I'm not mistaken, he really went into like the type of lifestyle that he was living before he got into the rap game. He gave us a little viewpoint into that, you know.
And you know what? To piggyback off of that too as well, of course he's from Miami and he just recently graduated from FAM. So the thing is,
shouts out to the FAMU alum.
Facts.
Yes,
so
sir.
Also I feel like with what you were saying from before too, that he went back home and he saw, you know what I'm saying, what inspired to actually, you know what I'm saying, write about that. So it's a good little thing from, and I witnessed it too when I was living in Orlando going to Full Sail, that when you come back home, it's a different type of vibe. It's a different type of energy, even though it's the same energy, but you haven't been around it so long. So now that when you do go back home, you do, you know what I'm saying, see it in a different perspective of like, oh, okay. But now you can paint the picture a little bit well enough for everybody else to see. Because, like, if you go somewhere outside of your home, just like, you know what I'm saying, say, like, okay, New York or Atlanta, and they ask you where you're from. Of course, you know, Miami has its name of itself, so you really don't have to necessarily describe that to them. But if you find somebody that don't know nothing about Miami at all, and you go back home, you can paint the picture so well. You get what I'm saying? So where people can really see, you know what I'm saying, what it is about Miami. So for him to actually point it out, I was seeing somebody in the Bentley, but go across the train tracks, go across the actual, you know what I'm saying, Overtown, or, you know what I'm saying, go across the bridge, per se. You'll see coming from Port of Miami to the actual Liberty City, or to, you know what I'm saying, Miami Gardens, or to Opelika. You can see this, you know what I'm saying, the poverty. You don't really see, you know what I'm saying, Bentleys like that. Now, unless you're a D-boy, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, for him to really, you know what I'm saying, say it like that, he really see, you know what I'm saying, you know, the difference from where he was, you know what I'm saying?
And that's dope. I'm glad that, like I said, there was growth on as an artist, and not only could you hear it just based off of, you know, basing the project that he dropped now with some of his earlier work, but he told you about his growth.
Facts.
You feel me? He went from selling that work, you feel
Facts.
me? Straight gas. At least that's what he tells us.
Right.
Now, if you had that Reggie, now we and some people remember that, they gonna bring up them receipts. I hope the words that you were speaking was legitimate, but I was definitely rocking with the project. But where do you guys like? What are you expecting from him going out from here on out?
From here on out, not only just sit in that pocket. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna add a little bit else into it. What would you like to see from him going here on out? Like, what would you, you know what I'm saying? What are some things that you visualize?
Coming from this project, hearing from what I've heard, and listen to it right off bat, I can say what I want to see from Jay. It's not only his, because he already had the flexibility into what he's doing, but a little bit more surety if that makes sense. Not saying that he's unsure, but like, bam, it's in your face type thing. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, when you coming out, you want people to know who you are and not just stay comfortable. You know what I'm saying, with where he's at. Mm-hmm. So now that he see his growth and he's speaking it, keep growing, and keep evolving, keep your ears sharp. And I want to see where he wants to like land certain melodies and certain places that I guess he'll get what I'm saying as far as ingenuity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Well, not ingenuity, but being an engineer, being something that's more melodic into what he's doing, because like dudes like wordplay is already there. Mm-hmm. So that right there, I know he's gonna sharpen that. You know what I'm saying, to the T. Each and every day. So I already know that.
Going off what you said, what I could see with him, or what do I want to see with his music going forward? Mm-hmm. One thing I want to point out real quick, that when you talk about growth in a particular artist, it doesn't come easy to everybody. Right. It's not that easy to pick up that growth. Jay like you said, Jay already has that growth. He already has that it factor in him. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But one thing I do want to see from Jay is I want to see some of that. I want to see him kind of boast, like, you know what I'm saying? But boast yourself, man. Boast yourself. Be a little more. I know he's confident. But I want to say be a little more cocky. That's what I want to say, bro. Cause like in his name, what he say? Jay got bars, man. Bring it to my face, bro. Look, I know you got the chill vibes, and I know you're versatile, bro. Ooh, just a little more aggressive. Just a little more. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see.
Going from here on out, what I would like to see from Jay is continue on song structure. Mm-hmm. You have
he got a strong playlist.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You've put out a lot of work, and you got even more in the tuck, and you've showed constant displays of lyricism, constant displays of energy, and that's something that I've spoke about multiple times throughout this review. Mm-hmm. And it's important because that's the era that we're in. You
Facts.
Feel me? People really resonate to energy. That's why people like Blinky with the stiffy eye.
Facts.
You feel me?
Come with it.
People love that energy, and you definitely have that. Also, just continue to put your musical background into your music.
Facts.
Like,
keep that.
Putting that trumpet on.
Yes.
Whew, and I'm sure that you've dabbled into that somewhat, but just more and more, just keep on incorporating music into your music is what I would like to see, and more collabs and more success for you, my brother.
No doubt.
Well, this was the first time that we did a project review.
Okay.
This is the first. Definitely won't be the last.
Facts.
Hopefully on the next one I'll have the name of the project correct. Hey man, this is all love. Like,
already.
You feel me? I apologize for
He know your heart, bro.
Exactly. Like,
He know your heart.
I feel bad because, like, if it was Spanish, you feel me, I would have got it on point, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo hablo, español un poco, you feel me? just a skosh, but
yeah, man.
Shouts out to Jay Vilpin. It was a great listen.
Yeah, man.
I was rocking to it on SoundCloud, and I was able to listen to the whole thing, 8 tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't, spend too long. He doesn't drown you out with
Facts.
the music. He gets to the point, and now you just got to wait on the next one.
And actually, most of them don't even go past 250, 255, 256, and that is pretty good because, like you said, that gives your mind, stayed on the project, you know what I'm saying, wanted to go to the next track and not just, let it linger or let it, because now attention span has got a little short, but at the same time, it's like, okay, cool, he's giving you what, what you need on it.
And I'm not sure if he, like, truly makes this vocal about what he does outside of music, but I feel like his job, you feel me, I feel that's gotta help him out a little bit to be constantly surrounded by those that he work with. I can bet that being around that, you know, is you know, helping out because he has an ear to the streets.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
He'll always know what the, you know, on
what the people talking about.
You feel me? So
give them what they want.
So respect to Jay. I feel like any last things that y'all would like to, you know, say about the project before we wrap this thing up?
Real quick, just to go back to Full Effect's point. You know how you guys say it's, you know, it's straight to the point. No track really goes over like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. One thing I want to say, bro, and it's no knock against Jay. It's just my personal belief, my personal opinion. I just wish it was just a tad bit long, because I mean, it does leave you guessing. It does leave you wanting more, and I guess that's just a good thing about Jay. He leaves you wanting more, and that's my props to Jay right there, man.
That's the beauty of it.
There you go. That's the essence.
Well, that is all that we have for today's segment. We got a few more jams, you feel me? We gonna play some of that Jay Vilpin, you feel me? You got a little taste of that PO DYAB.
Hey,
I gotta stop. The next time that we're on air, I'll promise you I'll pronounce it right. Just for justice for Jay, cause
I told you Jay gonna come after you.
Hey, you need to have him to call so you can say the name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Facts.
Hey man, this is Ben Frank's House of Vibes. This is 90.5. This is the only station that you choosing over the Ox Core. Show you right.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.